Hello everybody, my name is Shannon Bradley, and I hope you're all having a good week. I've chosen to do my presentation on arrays. So I'm doing numeric and associative arrays, and I might touch on multidimensional arrays at the end just because nobody chose that topic, and they're all obviously very similar. So here I've already started writing an array, so I have named the variable, and you have to do equals array, and then enclose it in parentheses. And each item is surrounded by double quotes and separated by a comma and a space. Pretty basic. You can find that in most, besides the way that this is called, but PHP does it this way for variables. But this is pretty basic for how arrays are called in most languages. So now let's try and get it into the browser somehow. So let's just see how many items are in our array. So we're going to say count and then call variable and then add a semicolon there. There are 6. Another way we can bring it up to the browser would be just calling a specific item from the list. So we'll do fruit, and we'll call the second item on the list. But since it starts at 0, 0, 1, so we'll go 1. So we should see banana in the browser. There we go. And then if we want to loop through each one of them, so we can just have it written in the browser, each individual item on the list, we can do a for each function. So it would be your variable as, and then you would make each of these a different variable. So we can see I wrote echo fruit type equals space, and then there's a period here, and then we call that variable. So each one of these are going to be called. And then there's going to be a line. It's going to go down one line. So let's see how that looks in the browser. So we have fruit type apples, banana, oranges. So each one of them have been looped through, and there's a space so that each of them are easier to read. So let's move on to associative arrays. If we come down here, so it's the same concept, aside from the fact that associative arrays have a value associated with each item on your list. So let's say that I sell fruit, and I have 3 apples, 7 bananas, and 4 oranges. So I did double quotes around each list item, and then a fat arrow in between the list item and its value. But it basically looks the same as above. And then I'm going to do another for each loop, or function, sorry. And this time it's going to be each list item, so that's X, and its value. So we're going to echo the fruit type and the amount. So this doesn't need a comma in between or anything like that, but we do want it in between the amount. But as you can see, as above, there's a period here in between each space. And then let's see how it looks in the browser. So there we go. We have the fruit type and the amount of the fruit that we have. So that is the basics of arrays. And then if we look at multi-dimensional arrays, it's basically arrays within arrays, which is pretty cool. So let's say, and like this is kind of what I was talking about with stock and stuff like that, how many I had. But this goes a little bit further, and you can add even more to your list. So you have each of them as arrays. So the Volvo itself is an array, the BMW is an array, and so on and so forth, inside of one large array. So they're each part of the cars, but then Volvo has multiple values, and so on and so forth. So you can call it this way, and it talks about how you can call each item by its value, and so you can see this would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. And so here we go. And let's see how it looks, how it would look in the browser. So we have the first items as right here, in stock, sold, and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and feel free to ask any questions, and I will hopefully be able to answer them for you. Have a great week, you guys, and good luck.